Guys, we want to take a real quick break to talk about the sponsor of today's video, which is GoPowersports.com. If you've watched any of our videos, you've heard the name. They've been a huge supporter of the channel for almost 4 years now, which is pretty crazy to think. We wouldn't have this channel without their help, and we're going to be showcasing a part today, which is the performance kit for the GX200 or GX200 clones. Now this kit's going to work on any Harbor Freight 212 engine, whether it's Hemi or non-Hemi. About everybody out there messing with go-kart has probably already installed this part, but it's the best bang for the buck that you can possibly get for a go-kart. Super cheap, easy to install, and it looks better, it performs better. It's just all around the best part you can buy. Now this kit does come with the air filter adapter, the pre-filter that goes over the air filter that basically filters out the fine dust particles, also any gaskets for your carburetor you're going to need, and also that performance jet. Now you can get this kit in red or blue, and this, like I said, will fit any Honda GX200 or GX200 clones. It fits thousands of brands of engines out there, and you can also get this kit for the big block variants, which would be your GX340, GX390, 301 Predator, or 420 Predator from Harbor Freight. Literally takes 10 minutes. You'll be making more power, getting to the top end way faster, and it's just the best performance part you can buy. So make sure to check out the links in the video's description where you can find this product and much more of Go Power Sports products, and make sure to tell them that Redbeard's Garage sent you. Alright, so we got this back coupe bent up, and I had to actually cut it and sleeve it because it wouldn't fit in my tubing bender. This one I bent just fine, this little dovetail, but I couldn't fit it in there to do this one the way it had to go in the tubing bender. So me, Lonnie, and Daniel, there's a lot of tedious holding up. We got to slide it up where it needs to go, level it out, and Daniel's going to go around tack it in a few places to get this back section on. And this is going to give us a part that goes around these shocks. It's going to give us a spot to put our shock tubes. So you got to fire up that welder. And I hurt my wrist somehow yesterday, aggressive yard driving, and we got to hold it at the angle tackle as soon as you're ready. We still gotta. Alright, now.
Still need to hold it. Looks pretty low.
Yeah, it's pretty close, right?
I just thought that'd be a good idea to do it that way. You stop it,
man. Yeah, looks pretty darn good.
I like it.
Does it look what? Yeah, that's why I did it. The zircon has this little dovetail, and that's what gave me the idea. I was like, it'd be cool to do a little zircon dovetail. I forgot to put plug weld hose on this pipe. That is pretty sweet. Holy moly, we're super close, guys, to getting this thing on the ground. So that was the goal of this video, was to get this on the ground, but we had a few complications at the machine shop. We was waiting to get these bolts turned. So basically this is a 1 1/8 inch grade 8 bolt. We had to get it turned down to 25 millimeters and then drop down again. I can't remember the measurement of this, but this is another metric bearing size, and then threaded on the end. So basically this bolt will be welded right there, and you know, not sticking off that far. It'll actually be set in quite a bit, but anyways, that'll give us the right necks for these bearings to set in. So this is the outside bearing. It's a smaller diameter. It's really close to 5/8, and then it's got the larger 25 millimeter in the back. You can get these wheel hubs from Go Power Sports. These are 150s. You can see I had to get a lip turned down to fit in my wheel, and also Brad Hill, the guy that makes my gas tanks, made these oversized brake rotors for me, so we'll have even more braking power. And I actually did double bearings on both sides, so this one just kind of sets. It's not super tight, it's not like a press fit or anything, but the inside one is. So I have 2 bearings on the outside and also 2 bearings in there, so that's going to make this even stronger. So we're hoping that'll take a good hit. You can see my front end isn't bolted up because I needed to put the A-arms up on the table so I could slide the rear of the buggy off. So these shocks are mounted at where they're going to ride at. Now I know that these shocks are not going to have a fast enough rebound for me. These are slower running shocks. These are helper shocks off of a F250 or F150. So you would use these in place of your standard shocks, but it's meant to just basically take the bounciness out of your ride, because the leaf springs are taking more of the hit and doing the rebound. And so these don't have the fastest rebound, so I'm afraid when we go at high speeds in this buggy, it's not going to react to bumps like you would want it. So we will probably have to mess with different shocks later, but this is the length I went with. I'm pretty sure from what I've read online that Razor 1000 shocks are the same hole to hole length as these shocks. So I should be able to get some Razor shocks, and there's enough aftermarket companies out there. They're probably, you know, well, for one, you can adjust the the rebound on razor shocks and also get different spring weights, you know, like heavier springs or lighter, but we'll have to deal with this for now. So the only thing left to do back here is to get the CVs lengthened. So that will be like, if I jump the buggy, that's how far the A-arms will go down. See, I got these huge TMR limiting straps. These things are freaking thick. They're like 3/8 of an inch thick. I bought Grant, which is the brand of like steering wheels and stuff, and they was absolutely trash. Do not buy Grant limiting straps. They're garbage. So I actually have a few sitting over there that I'm not going to be using. But yeah, let me know what you think. I think the back turned out awesome. You know, when you're building something like this, you never know how, you know, I don't draw this stuff up or nothing. I'm just doing it as I go, and I think it's turning out great. So next episode, you'll see us put those studs in the spindles so we can finally get this thing on the ground. We're going to finish this big open area here. Basically, this bar is going to go on and bend down somehow. We haven't figured it out, and then we can mount our Toyota Prius electric power steering column. Once that's mounted, we can get the seat and pedals mounted and finally take this on a test drive. I'm really nervous because this is I've got a ton of money in this thing, guys. That's why the videos take longer to for you guys to see them. Yesterday I remembered that I had to buy brake calipers for the rear because I luckily got the hose spindles and everything with this Dana diff. So these are off of a Chuck Wagon UTV, which is a CW500. It was an older model, kind of looked like a Kawasaki Mule. So I bought the hose spindle so I didn't have to build that. That saved us a lot of time. Well, they use Hayes Razorback brakes. I had to buy those yesterday. They don't come with the pads. The pads was $25 a piece, so it cost me $100 for the brake pads. So I ended up spending $300 on the back brakes. Front brakes was only like $100, so that was a hit. Guys, this is a ton of money, and it takes time. We don't have a lathe. We're actually getting a lathe next week, so that'll, you know, then I gotta learn how to run a lathe. I've never messed with one before, but that was mostly our biggest wait. We was waiting on the machine shop to get these bolts done because we didn't have the capabilities of making them. So they're done now. We'll show you in the next video these bolts getting made. And we also had to buy a big fat daddy 1 1/8 inch drill bit to drill the hose through our spindles on our drill press and get those installed. No, I'm rambling. I'm gonna let you guys go. Let me know what you think of this buggy. I think it looks absolutely awesome. It's going to be crazy when we get to set this thing on the ground. Should have around 19 to 20 inches of ground clearance at full suspension, you know, like with no weight in it. If you was to jump it, that's how much from the floor to the ground you would have. And then at ride height, you're going to have around 13 or 14. We're hoping. We'll have to see how these shocks go. We will have to replace them later. I know for a fact we will, but it was just really good shocks, cheap to mock up stuff. Then we can find a replacement. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to check out the links in the video description where you can find all the parts used on this buggy. If I forgot to put something, make sure to let me know in the comment section. It's a lot of parts to go through, so it's easy to forget. Make sure to go check out Go Power Sports and always tell them that Redbeard sent you. About said discount code. That is no more. But because it does keep our channel you know, going on. It shows them that our videos are working, and just help support the channels, guys, that you love to watch. We love you guys. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of the buggy, and God bless you.